Welcome back to FM Story. In this episode of the Journeyman Save, we've got a big second round FA Cup tie and we look to continue a decent run in the league. So without further ado, let's get going. If you're enjoying this video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos. We've got new Journeyman Save videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So since the first round game in the FA Cup, we've had a pretty decent run of form. Which has seen us, as you can see, sitting third in the table. We have played a game more than a lot of the teams around us. We started well after that Chester game in the FA Cup first round. We beat Chippenham, who really we should be. They were down near the bottom of the table, slightly lower mid-table. Bath were fourth when we played them, and we beat them 3-0. The games against Horsham and Tiverton, though, really disappointing. We conceded injury time equalisers in both of them, 91st minute against Horsham and 95th minute against Tiverton. Both teams we should really be beaten based on where they are in the league, although we have bounced back with a 6-2 win in the FA Trophy against Hullbridge. So hopefully we've got ourselves back into a bit of form going into this second round game against Chesterfield. Obviously it's going to be a tough game because Chesterfield are from the division above us, so it's a bit of a test of how good we actually are. But we're in a decent run of form in the league, and obviously we're in third. As we can see, they're in 7th in the National League. The media prediction was for them to finish first. So obviously they're maybe not having as good a season as they were expected, but they have only lost 4 out of 22 games. So it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully we can pull it out and pick up the win and move on and get a decent big side in the third round. Going into the cup game against Chesterfield, we're missing a couple of key players. We're missing Jurajayi, who's still out injured and still been out for quite a while. I think he's still out for between 6 weeks and 3 months. And we're also missing Dion Moore, who's suspended after picking up a red card in the league. So going in, we're pretty much normal team that we would pick other than that. Tom Derry's come in instead of Dion Moore. He scored 7 and 7, so it's hopefully a decent replacement. We've scored plenty of goals, but we've conceded a few, so hopefully we can do quite well here. It is going to be a tough test because obviously they're the division above us, but hopefully we can get through and we can get a big tie in the next round. That's a bit of a concern of booking after a minute. Let's hope we don't just get overrun here. They've got in behind us far too easily. I thought we were 1-0 down for certain there. Oh, lovely cross from Joe Muscat. Brilliant header at the back post from Matthew Clark. And that's us 1-0 up. Seems to be a bit against the run of play, but lovely ball swung over to the back post. Clark rises highest, gets his header across the goal into the far corner. And that's us 1-0 up. Let's just hope we don't do anything stupid straight from this kick-off. Surely that's offside. And it turns out we did something stupid from the kickoff. We didn't get anywhere near them there at all. No pressure on the ball. The fact that they were able to do that 1-2 in the middle of the box. And the keeper sat down rather than diving for the ball. I mean, they definitely had more possession, more shots, more on target. Can we get the ball back in the box? Lovely bit of interplay on the edge of the box. Aaron Barnes. Yes! Overlapping fullback there. 2-1 up. Lovely little bit of interplay there in the box. I thought we might have overdone it a bit too much. But the ball comes to Prince Henry, who just knocks it outside and for Barnes coming over on the overlap. Their keeper seems to sort of matrix out of the way there, but we'll take it. They look dangerous every time they come forward. No, surely not. That ball went the direction of the tackle rather. And that's 2-2. Never in a million years did that look like a penalty. And the keeper's fallen over again rather than dived. And it feels like we were hanging on a lot there towards the end of that half. I mean, definitely our goals were certainly against the run of play. But really, all it takes is another goal. Well, as long as we don't concede and we can nick another goal. We are struggling a bit in terms of, we'll take Tom Derry off and bring on the young lad up front who's had a habit of scoring goals off the bench. Can we? No, we're giving the ball away and they're breaking on us. This is concerning. I thought that had arrowed into the bottom corner for a second there. Oh, they've just walked through us a bit there. Right, come on. Butler down the wing. Ball in. So near. Giving it a free kick. And they've caught us. We stood there watching. Long ball to centre forward. Good touch. Lovely ball into the winger who's inside the fullback. And slots it into the corner. I think we might need to make some changes here. I think we've swapped the centre midfielders round just because he's starting to get tired. And then I think we might just change the formation up. Bring centre half on for RB and then drop into a back three and push Muscat and Barnes forward. And hope we can get some width and some crosses in. It might lead to us being overrun a bit in midfield, but we are playing more direct, so we might be able to bypass that. Yes! One centre half is to Woodrush from the corner, the other centre half's there to hammer home the rebound. And that's us back to 3-3 with 5 minutes of normal time left. Right. Oh, long ball over the top, Clark's through. Surely that's us through. 4-3. 2.5 minutes of injury time left. Let's just take it off the attacking. And let's do it a time wasting and go a bit more direct. And let's just hope we don't do anything really, really stupid here. It's just a long ball lumped forward. Their centre half doesn't deal with it. Clark gets there before the fullback and just beats the keeper. Decent finish, especially for a 17-year-old in that kind of composure. The fact that the highlight starts from the kick-off. No. That's twice they've gone straight up the other end from a kick-off and equalised. They did it after the first goal, and now they've done it in injury time. Right. We are starting to get really overrun now. A free kick. I wonder where this one's going. I don't know what I've got left I can change, to be honest. I think we have to kind of push forward and be a bit more direct and see if we can get some early crosses into the big man. Oh, come on, surely not. That's 4 for Shamanga, and he's got 3 of them since injury time of the 90 minutes. Right, I'm not sure what else there is we can do in the second half of extra time, to be perfectly honest. I mean, fair play. That was a hell of a strike. We've had a problem getting anywhere near them most of the game, but certainly with the players as knackered as they are now, lovely little layoff, and just arrowed the shot into the top corner. The keeper didn't really have a chance there. Surely it can't get interest. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying anything. I don't know why I did anything after we scored that goal. We should have just stayed the same. We've got 1 back. I think it's highly unlikely we're going to get another 3 in 5 minutes. Long ball up, lovely little cushion layoff by Butler, and Prince Henry smashes it home. But a bit like all it is a consolation at this stage. Keeper gets to it. How have we gone from 4-3 up with 2.5 minutes of injury time left to 9-5 down? Shamanga finished with 5, and he only scored his second in the 93rd minute. It's ridiculous. How have we gone from 4-3 up to losing 9-5? Just got to hope it doesn't have a massive effect going forward on the rest of the season. Now, hopefully, we can bounce back and put in some decent performances in the league. Since the second round FA Cup game where we got beat 9-5 on after extra time, we've had a really kind of up and down run in the league. We are still in the playoff places. We're in 6th place, fairly decent positioning. Obviously, we need to end the season strong just to make sure we stay in those positions, or hopefully even maybe push up towards the top. Although, given the number of teams above us and the points difference to Dulwich and Ebbsfleet, that's probably pushing it a bit. But certainly, if we can consolidate our place in the playoffs, that's what we're looking for. Since the Chesterfield game, I mean, we had a bad couple of games in the league. We lost to Dartford, a game we were well in control of early on and should have won. Especially bear in mind they've played the last half hour basically with 10 men. We then lost against Concord, and we were just abysmal in that game. We bounced back with a win against Maidenhead in the FA Trophy. Keep strong in that. And then we ended December in the year with a decent win against Hemel Hempstead. We made it tougher than it needed to be. We went 2-0 up. They pulled one back. We went 2-2 up, and then they scored a late goal in injury time just to make the last couple of minutes just a bit tense. Then the beginning of the year, we went straight back just a couple of days later and beat Chelmsford in the league, but then lost to Eastbourne. We're scoring lots of goals, but also conceding quite a few. Obviously, we then followed that up with a victory over Weston-super-Mare, which was the result of 2 goals in 2 minutes in injury time, a 92nd and a 93rd minute goal, just to seal the win there. And then obviously we beat Dover in the FA Trophy as well. Nice comfortable win, hat-trick for Prince Henry, and everyone had a pretty decent game there. And then we beat the league leaders Dulwich and drew with the second place team Ebbsfleet. But then we let ourselves down by losing 2-0 at home to Weymouth to end January. And then the beginning of February, everything went a bit mad. We had a 3-3 draw against Slough, where it was 3-2 at 3-2 at half time. We conceded 2 penalties that they scored in the first half, and then they nicked a last minute equaliser. And then even more weirdly, the Maidstone game, which ended 5-5. We were 3-0 up after 8 minutes, and 4-1 up after 31 minutes, and then required a 92nd minute goal from Matthew Clark to complete his hat-trick to secure a 5-5 draw. Just a weird start to the month. We then obviously beat Hungerford, as you can see in the league. Drew with Scunthorpe, took them to a replay, and then just didn't have enough in the replay to be able to get through. Then followed that up with a draw against Dagenham and Redbridge. It would have been good to have got a win in that, because it would have put a bit of gap between us and the team that's just outside the playoff places at the moment. And then we've bounced back again with a win against Hampton and Richmond. So we've got the game against Poole coming up just to end February. We've got pretty much a full strength team, a full strength squad available, I think. The only one who's struggling a bit is Prince Henry. Jirajai is back fit and available again. Obviously, he was out for a long spell earlier on in the season. Going into this game against Poole, we're going to start with Joe Muscat at right back. Obviously, he's struggling a bit. So we've got Aaron Barnes on the bench who can come on if we need him. We've got Jack Batten and Ben Morgan in centre of defence. Jeremy Kiezu, who we brought in earlier on in the season on a free transfer to play at left back, is going to start. Obviously, he's played quite well this season, which has allowed us to play Joe Muscat at right back and get both of them in the team. We're going to play Shikunbi and Spung in the centre of midfield. Jirajai is going to play behind the front three, and we're going to play Tom Derry in place of Prince Henry, because Prince Henry's not fit enough to start. Obviously, the front three between them have got 48 goals this season. We've got 18 from Prince Henry on the bench, so we're full of goals all over the pitch. Hopefully, we can put in a decent performance here and pick up another 3 points to consolidate our playoff place. We've had a lot of the ball early on, which you would expect really as a home team, but I mean, 80% possession after 10 minutes. We just need to create some chances and take them. Get the ball across. And there's Tom Derry repaying the faith of picking him to start with Prince Henry struggling. And that's 1-0 up. Shikunbi does well just to get the ball across. Derry gets above his man and just gives the keeper no chance with that header. Throughout this season and last season, we've looked at a lot better team when Jirajai is playing. He's going to step up and take this penalty. And hopefully he can slot it home and just give us a bit more comfort. Lovely penalty. And that's us 2-0 up. So pretty comfortable. I mean, we've had 12 shots, 6 on target, 62% possession. Jirajai's last actions to cross the ball, and Tom Derry's picked up another one. So it's just 3-0 up. Lovely little interchange there. Clips the ball in, and Derry was unmarked. The left back couldn't get back in quick enough to do anything stupid. I mean, we've managed to give the ball away there and not tracked a runner. When will I learn to stop saying that we're looking comfortable? We've got some seriously tired players. Can Joe Muscat put this in the top corner? Oof, not quite in the top corner, but a decent strike nonetheless. He's going to be a big miss at the end of the season if we can't get him to agree a new contract. Lovely free kick, clipped the inside of the post on the way in. Overall, pretty strong performance that. 4-1. I mean, obviously they scored, but other than that, we weren't really ever stretched that much. Controlled the ball, created chances, put the ball in the back of the net. That's all you can really ask for. We need to keep this run going just to really consolidate our playoff position as we approach the end of the season. So we can see that's moved us up from 6th to 4th. we're still 8 points, 11 points still behind Dulwich. That's going to be an awful lot to try and catch over the last 10 games. And that's where we're going to end it for this episode. Join us next time to see the run into the season and see if we can consolidate that playoff position and see if we can even get promoted.